Hello and welcome to Scars of Disorder. I feel like it's been so long, but I guess it's been a while, right?
It's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
It's we're so sorry, listeners.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
But life is life and life happens and it's unavoidable.
I wish life just consisted of playing tabletop games.
Honestly.
That would be the best life.
The ideal life. For those watching on Twitch, you'll notice that we are one short. Nick is feeling very under the weather, and so completely understandable. We always try to tell each other, focus on your health, make sure you're better, because as much as we'd love to just force each and every one of our players to play every single week, no matter how they're feeling, we don't want to do that.
Wait, what?
Oh, I think Sam wants to do that, but we don't. How have y'all been? It's been, like we said, it's been a hot minute. Besides, I've seen Justin several times between then, but
I haven't seen you though. Where are you? How have you seen
it's
me?
okay. That's okay.
Okay. All right. Now I'm concerned.
Yeah, how have y'all been?
Hanging in there. Things are fine in the middle of this bonfire.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
That feels like the right response.
Yeah.
You ever just turn your push notifications from your news app off?
I don't even have them on.
I don't think I've ever had my push notifications on for my news app.
I don't need that.
I want to be happy
in my life. Yeah, I don't need that negative energy in my life.
I was telling my wife today that I think one of the best decisions that I've made in my life has been getting off social media. And she looked at me and she said, it's Valentine's Day. And I said, I meant proposing to you.
And then getting off social media. And then you and then social media. It is kind of crazy that we're doing this on Valentine's Day. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I know Danny and I don't have anyone, but I'm surprised you guys are free.
I'm not either of the two of you guys that Justin was talking about. I'm also, like just single. But my thing is, you're in a relationship, birthday, anniversary, Christmas,
Arbor Day,
and also you're right, there's two birthdays. It's great.
Yeah.
What's Valentine's Day even? What even is that?
It is a capitalistic invention meant to get you to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
We might just sound like really pessimistic single guys, but
I thought that when I was in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship and I think that too.
See? Monroe gets it.
So there you go. There you go. I feel
validated. I mean, we do like little small things on Valentine's just for the sake, like why not? But nothing too crazy. But definitely, I'm sorry if you can hear my cat. She's trying to get into the room, but I'm telling her no.
Have we seen Drew on camera before?
Yeah, when we were doing the other Avatar podcast, she'd make an appearance every once in a while.
What a cutie.
Yeah, my little Rue, my little dragon.
Oh.
But yeah, normally on Valentine's Day, everything's so like more expensive to go out to eat.
Yep.
You have to make a reservation, which comes with an extra service fee. You're paying like an extra $10-$20 for just the type of food, even though it's the same food they sell normally. It's just presented in a heart shape or something, or like called something else, like themed. So Yeah, we've definitely caught on to capitalism at its best on Valentine's Day. So
At its finest.
yeah, so we just kind of like we don't really take it that seriously.
I definitely agree with you all. However, counterpoint, my grandfather was a florist. So
Sure.
I feel like Valentine's Day, when it
Yeah.
was invented, came as a boon, because otherwise you're just waiting around for people to get married or waiting for people to die.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
for sure.
you're so right.
Valentine's Day probably is the day you make some of the most money all year.
As a florist.
Yeah.
Like
So here's my
all
thing.
like half an hour before. Like you
Oh
close.
no.
People are just rushing in, being like, "Oh my gosh!"
If I was a florist, I would have like an hour before the end of Valentine's Day, or like like 4 o'clock special. You know what I mean?
Here's
Like
my
an
thing.
after work 4 o'clock special.
Here's my thing. How come people are only
wait,
waiting
Justin,
until?
would it be surge pricing, or would you discount it?
No, it would be I would discount it in order to try and drive as many people to my business as possible. You know what I mean? Like
There it is.
try and make up for it in quality or quantity instead of pricing.
I was trying to catch you, your inner capitalist to see if it would come out.
God, no, never.
Guys, here's my thing. How come people are only waiting until Valentine's Day, funerals, and weddings to get their floors redone?
That's great, Danny. You're very funny.
Oh, I heard florist. I heard flowerist. Someone who sells bags of flour.
I heard flautist.
Flower.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I heard, but I put it together when Sam said his thing. I was like, I see. I guess this is something I may have missed because I'm deaf.
No, Monroe. Look, Danny and Justin are single for a reason, because they're silly gooses.
Hey, there's another silly goose out there for us, Danny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to find my silly goose soulmate. All right. Well, I feel like that's the
There we
perfect
go.
segue.
Yeah.
We follow the camera on a pair of geese flying through the air.
Oh. Well, geese. What? Goose. Goose hawks.
Goosen?
Goose hawks.
Goose mooses.
Goose moose.
Moose
goose.
Yeah, that's very good. Moose goose is good.
Terrifying.
Moose
Yeah.
goose.
Moose goose is good. Moose goose is good.
Sounds like a
t-shirt.
drink.
It does sound like a drink.
I'll take the moose goose. A double. Moose goose double. But yeah, are y'all ready to hop on into the imagination station?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
The train doesn't wait. Every week
Right.
we lift off precisely at 25 minutes after whatever the hour is from wherever you are. So, all aboard, hop on, and let's get to it.
Choo choo choo.
How many twos, though? All right, let's get into it. So, previously on Scars of Disorder, our heroes executed their plan to rescue Haru from the clutches of Palrock and her Empty Moon pirates. And although the infiltration was rough around the edges, they managed to flee from the ship where Haru was being held after a terrifying display of waterbending from Ling Hrong. Now, in rough shape after the encounter with the pirates, the group gets back to the bushes, where they had told Feng and the other sages to hide behind. Or rather, just May had just returned to the bushes, where they had told Feng and the other sages to hide behind, where she is surprised to see not the Earth sages, but a large crater in the ground that's still smoking, with a piece of parchment laying in the center of it, holding text that reads, "Come to Creeping Meadow Shack if you want your friends back." And I think we'll pick up on Haru, Ling Hrong, and Teto just quickly behind May, catching up to her and seeing the same scene.
And
I thought y'all brought the Earth Sages. Where are they?
Teto's got his arm underneath Ling and is supporting her.
What does this mean?
What does what mean?
Well, what happens now? Like,
Hey, where are the Earth Sages?
May,
Yeah.
May, are you holding the parchment that has that note on it?
yeah.
Okay.
And I hand it off to Haru.
You're telling me that y'all risked our entire mission to save me, and now we've lost the Earth Sages?
At this, Teto's gonna stand Ling straight up and look at Haru. Yes. Yes, we did. You could at least say thank you.
Teto, I don't matter. You lost the Earth Sages.
You don't matter? I don't think that's up to you to decide. And you're right, though. They're definitely not here.
Let's take a step back, and I turn to Haru. We were a team. Our team broke up. We lost the Earth Stages, not us. So maybe if you didn't leave, maybe we would have found them.
I think I see something there.
Yeah.
I feel like I can see May calling Haru out on
Yeah.
his connection principle. Do either of you disagree?
I do not.
I agree that I'm calling him out.
Yeah, and I think
So,
it's definitely connection. I feel like. So for May, when you openly call on someone to live up to their principle, shift your balance away from center. Then name and roll with their principle. So you don't have to do this, but you would have to shift to +3 force, getting you dangerously close to the edge.
Yes.
But hey,
no,
it's all
like
the
I
name of
think,
the game.
hold on for a second.
And I would say too, like, May did that in fiction. So like, if we're saying that that is May calling Haru out, then no, May does not have a choice. May has to shift away from
All right.
center.
Yeah.
All right. So here
Exactly.
I'll go ahead and shift you. So you are now at +3 force, -3 care, and go ahead and roll with their connection, which is going to be hard.
Yo, we are such an emotional group.
Do you
So
know
you're
how
gonna
much their
roll-
connection is?
Their connection is -3, so you're going to be rolling
Okay,
with a
-3.
-3. And I'll go ahead and let you know what the result
Okay.
of your roll is. Or you tell
I
me the
got-
result, the numerical value of the roll, and I'll tell you what that means.
I got an 11, so -3, 10, 9, 8.
That will be an 8. Okay,
That's
so that's
still a hit. Hell.
still a hit.
Hey.
So
Nice.
on a hit, they are called to act as you say. They must either do it or mark a condition. Additionally, on a 7 to 9, they challenge your view of the world in turn. Mark 1 fatigue, or they shift your balance as they choose.
Oh,
So juicy.
Oh,
It's
let's.
like we're not even 10 minutes in. This is
I love it.
the drama
I love
don't
this
stop.
Well,
So,
Haru came in hot,
Yeah.
but you know who's hotter?
Yeah.
May.
Flamethrower.
Yeah. Ash.
All right. I hear you, May. I have just as much stake in this as the rest of you. I'm sorry I left. All right? I'm sorry y'all had to see that. But I want you to keep that moment in your mind, all of you. including you, May. As a reminder that I can take care of myself. You don't need to care about me. All right? We're here to do a job, and that's it.
Okay. That I can respect. But
All right.
And I think I've shifted May towards Force.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So
I think that's the only
yeah.
thing that makes sense.
So May, you have to either mark a fatigue or do that. You have 5 fatigue marked.
I mean,
I
ain't
think
much here.
I think because this isn't marking a fatigue to use an ability, so I would say you're able to just mark a condition.
I respect your stance.
Yeah.
Steve.
As much as Justin wants to TPK his own party,
I don't. I
No,
believe
because
the text is you cannot choose to mark a fatigue, I think is what it says.
yeah. Also, I mean, all the examples I'm thinking of in my own head is mark 1 fatigue to do this, mark 1 fatigue to do that with moves or techniques, and also I'm calling a GM executive decision.
Call it. I respect it.
All right, well, I'll just mark insecure then.
Okay. Don't know what for.
Well, I guess.
No, I'm sorry. I was making a Justin Bieber. No, not
Oh.
Justin Bieber. I was making a One Direction reference. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
but-
One Direction, bro.
I'm so
I don't know what the heck.
Oh
you're
yeah, no.
talking
I think insecure does make sense. And
went
I'm
right over my
guessing
head.
that Haru, I'm guessing that you're choosing to do as May says rather than mark the condition.
Yeah, which is own up to my part of this.
Hell yeah. All right.
At this point, Teto is taking a long look at both May and Haru, and he notices that Ling has slumped over onto the eel hounds. Also, he can see in that the pirates are starting to get closer.
Yeah, I was just gonna
So-
say too. You begin hearing like the clanking of metal and the battle cries of pirates over the horizon down the road where you came from.
Danny,
What
how
do you
many
guys do?
eel hounds do we have? Do we just have the one? Or is there another one lingering around?
3, right? And
We had
Geoson
3.
took one.
They had,
So then
No,
2.
they had 3, I
Geoson didn't
believe.
take any. So we had 3 when we left them. But
Mhm.
Congratulations,
What
Justin.
happened?
yeah.
I don't know why I did that. Was that why?
Put the 2?
2.
You grabbed 3, right? Not 2.
I don't know, but no, because
So we-
balloons came up for some.
Yeah, on Justin's Twitch stream,
I didn't even see that.
he had a whole. It was just covered with digital balloons.
That is hilarious.
So we stole
Yes, you
3.
guys stole
Geoson
3.
was going to take 1, but then did not.
You just
So
walked back. Yeah,
we left 2 with the Earth Sages and
I took 1.
Ling and May took 1 to assault the pirate ship. And then
Yeah.
we took that 1 because it was stuck into the side of the pirate ship and escaped back. So I think
So
my
we're
question
You
is,
come back and find that there is only 1 eel hound.
so there's 1 additional one. So we do have 2 then.
You have 2, but one of them seems to have been taken.
Okay. So Teto's going to say, we got to go. Ling's not doing well. And I think I might know a general direction where we should head. I'm not
Mhm.
sure exactly what the creeping meadow is, but I do know that there are open expanses and little areas in between the forest just to the northeast of here. If we hurry, I think we can get to that direction.
Yeah, copy that.
All right. Following you, Teto.
And so Teto's going to push Ling onto the eelhound and crawl on behind her. She seems to be, again, slumping over and exhausted.
Ari will awkwardly look at May now that they've just yelled at each other a little bit. Look at the other hound. All right, after you.
How much energy does May have at this point, Danny?
You may mechanically you have 5 fatigue marked, but hey, you're more than capable of doing whatever needs to be done to get on the Eelhound to get out of here.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'll just hop on and follow Teto.
But May's definitely feeling it. I mean, as is Haru. Haru is
Oh yeah.
not in the best shape. Yeah, so you guys hop on your eelhounds, and with Teto leading the way, begin you break out of the brush where you do in fact see several pirates breaking the horizon, making their way towards you, although they are just on foot as they just run there with their weapons in the air, screaming. Maybe a
And
few
so-
loose, like bent
Yeah,
rocks and like
I was gonna
wisps of
say,
flame as you guys.
Teto's going to yell over to Haru and say, do you think you can help me real quick? Just pull up some sand and I'll see if I can whip up a storm to cover our tracks.
Oh, I mean, you don't even got to do that. I'll just summon a storm. That is a thing that he's very good at doing.
Nice.
How can I
Yeah,
forget?
and
And
And,
Teto remembers what happened
Yep.
in the ballroom.
Yep. That makes yep. I'm gonna say you don't need to roll for that. As we just see Haru begin to summon up this storm to cover the tracks of your two wheelhounds, as Tacho begins leading the group down a path that he believes takes you guys to that region that he was talking about. I think after a little bit, after you guys are able to seal yourselves a little bit, traveling on these eelhounds, Tato, you begin thinking of the area you're in and maybe some villages you might be familiar with. I think you know of a very small village along this road that you're traveling on, but it's about half a day's journey. So it's still a pretty far journey, but you should be able to make it on these eelhounds. But throughout this journey, is there anything that any of you do?
I think that at this point we'd want to get after the sages as soon as possible.
Mhm.
So I don't think there'd be any distraction. And
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, let me just to clear any confusion. So does Tesso believe that he pretty much knows where Creeping Meadow Shack is?
well,
Or where Creeping Meadow is, rather?
yeah, I'll give you. How about this? So what I'm thinking of is that Teto is a nomad, so he's been
Mm.
over this land, and the way I would play it is that he knows of like a meadow, and every time he's come back, it is expanded. And then the way that I'm thinking of it is that there is like some sort of invasive plant, maybe like I don't know, like a lava blossom or something like that, and it is not native to the Earth Kingdom. It's from like the Fire Nation, but it's been transplanted there, and it's sort of taking over.
Foreshadowing.
It's like taking over the area. So when he hears Creeping Meadow,
That's
the
what he
air nomad
envisions.
that
Yeah.
he has traveled with, his spiral, have never called it that, but he makes the connection, and he's like, it's possible that it could be in this direction. So that's where he's taking them.
I love that. Then I think you don't even need to bother.
Even if it's not
with
Creeping
stuff.
Meadow Shack.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, even if it's not Creeping
There
Meadow
you
Shack, I want to go to Teto's Meadow. That sounds cooler than Creeping Meadow Shack.
So I think then you can just bypass any towns that you think you've heard of, because it seems like you pretty much know where you're going. So you guys can pretty much just travel until you feel you have to stop, which might be soon. I think no idea what time I said it was when you guys left. I believe it was like early in the morning when you guys left Gowling.
It was April.
It's April. Early in an April morn. So I say that you guys can pretty much travel most of the day, but you begin being like, maybe we can't travel at this pace after night falls, as the sun begins to set. But you do, as you're passing through this road, you leave the more like plain-esque, slightly forested region of like the Gaoling state, and you begin entering in a more like hilly and eventually a more like mountainous region as you begin passing through or begin entering what seems to be more of like a mountain pass. You guys, I feel like you guys are probably traveling at a pretty fast pace at first,
Yeah.
and so you guys have almost definitely lost as pirates.
I'll pull up next to Ted as the Ilhan and be like, Ted, we lost the pirates a long time ago. The sun's setting. I don't think we're going to get to this place before nightfall. I think we maybe should camp somewhere.
And Teto will look at you and look at Ling and say, you know what? I don't think we're going to make it before nightfall either.
You want a good place to sleep around here?
I mean, for me, usually we just unwrap our robes and we'll hook up to a couple of trees and we can make a nice little tent, a nice little fire. So really anywhere is a good place to sleep if you're a nomad.
All right. We're following your lead.
So Teto will stop the eelhound. He'll pull up to a little clearing that's off the road, maybe about a couple 100 yards. There's some nice trees that are around, and we'll start to spin up a little tornado to clear the underbrush and say, here it is.
Nice. Yeah.
Mabel kind of gather some stuff for firewood so she can start something for warmth. Just a little light. Obviously, she doesn't need matches, but just saying.
Can I create like a barrier of walls? Not like a complete barrier, but like
just like a perimeter.
A little perimeter, yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. You need to roll for any of that. Yeah, and I'd say Ling probably needs like a little bit of help. Ling's not like taken out mechanically. You guys obviously know that. This is more so for our audience, but we're just, because Nick's not here, trying to put Ling on a little bit of all right. Let's avoid role playing not our character too much, right? And so I think it's nice that Ling's a little out of it, you know. Yeah, the sun is quickly beginning to set. You guys have made camp. Do you do anything besides just going to bed?
I don't know, y'all. The tension is high between our group. So Teto's feeling a little bit awkward. He has helped Ling get settled, but is also still sort of reeling from the disagreement that they had. He's looking over to Haru, who feels a little bit rebuffed by, because the last time he tried to talk to him, Haru jumped out of a crow's nest instead of being with Teto and having a real conversation about what went down in the ballroom. So he's feeling a little bit awkward. And but he's kind of a chatty guy. So he's going to go up to May and say, are you hungry? We have some supplies that we got from the Beifong estate. I think there's some stuff that I can't eat in here. It looks like some jerky, maybe some seed. There's some flatbreads and some buns. I don't really know what's in them. I know he's just talking to fill the space next to May and arranging a little meal.
Yeah, I'll take some jerky and bread.
So Teto is going to put it out in front of her and said, look, I appreciate what you said earlier to Haro. Even though it seems like we're odd company, I think we are a team. Maybe. I hope.
I think so. Maybe we just gotta learn how to work together. Every team has that. At least where I'm from.
I feel like even though we are a team, we are a little bit prone to failure. It doesn't feel like we've had a lot of successes. It feels like we're just a little bit disorganized, which, it's kind of in my nature. But I also feel like we could benefit for a little bit of structure, especially given the fact that we're trying to do something really hard.
Yeah. Sometimes these things they work themselves out. It also doesn't help that there's no designated leader, and not saying that we need one, but sometimes situations come up where you need a different one every time. Like today, you were a good leader, getting us out of there. Sometimes it's just a matter of trying to figure out how we work. I think I'm gonna roll to see if.
Gotta cover it.
Yeah.
I think that sounds very, very right. So, May, go ahead and roll with your harmony. You will be taking a -2 from this because you are angry,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So it looks so that should be just so it's just a straight roll with -2. But hey, if you roll rocks like you did with that call someone out roll,
Yeah.
it could be really good.
9 with the -2.
Is a 7, so that's still a hit.
No, that's with the -2. So
Yeah,
it would be
9 minus.
total.
Oh, it's 9 with a -2. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Danny can't believe you're rolling so well.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like
I wish that someone.
sometimes it's just like I get really good rolls and I get not so good rolls.
Yeah.
Like one after the
I love it.
other.
There's no in between.
Yeah, it's
So,
either gonna be great or not.
Tato, after hearing what Maya said, would you say that Tato embraces that or shuts her down?
I think that he needs to feel a connection to somebody in the group. And the fact that May is saying this reaches him. And he doesn't necessarily see himself as a leader, but as a part of a collective. And it resonates with him that different people might play different roles in different situations. And one of those roles happens to be a leader when needed.
I love it. Yeah. So then, since you're embracing, you can clear a condition or 2 fatigue. I would say you're about to rest. So my advice would be to clear the condition. And
I think
yeah.
I'm gonna clear angry.
Yeah, I think that makes
He's gonna
sense.
say, mate, I really needed to hear that right now. Thank you.
May, you can ask Tato one question that they must answer honestly. Give me the access codes.
Yeah, I've been cheats.
You can be like, what does this key unlock?
Do I have that key?
Yeah, we still have the key.
Yeah, you
said it's Valentine's Day. It unlocks my heart.
Oh.
What an unlikely pair, but I love it. If you don't have a question right now, that's fine. But
Yeah, I have a question right now.
it's a sweet, nice, good, touching moment.
Is there anything that I get to do, or it just worked? And
It just worked. Yeah.
Hmm.
Guide and Comfort is essentially the Cure Light Wounds of Avatar Legends with narrative things. Everyone can do it, and it's so good.
Well, Teta will turn back to May and after looking at Haru, and turn back to May and say, I was pretty shocked over the past couple of days, or past couple of moments with Haru in the ballroom. I turned to you and Ling to see if you could help Sheriff Fomu when he was in need. But you turned me down.
there was a mission, and it was in that moment where I realized that's why we can't separate all the time.
It's hard for me to turn away from a person in need. I think I'm learning more that this world can be cruel and unfeeling. But I think I see in you both. Is that weird to say that? Like, you have an edge, but I think I could also see that it wasn't an easy decision for you to make. I think there's something inside of you, May.
May just nods. Thanks. And no, it wasn't an easy decision to make. It's not something that I want to do, to ever just turn my back on you. At the time, it just felt like the right decision. And I'm sorry if that decision hurt you. I can't promise I won't ever do it again, but I can promise that I will definitely consider your feelings above mine.
I think that's a good start.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat this jerky now. It's gonna, yeah.
Cheto's going to take the hint.
Out of all the hints, he gets that one.
Nice. There you go.
He's like,
Teto's learning.
you're eating meat in front of my face, and it's I just don't want to be around it.
The camera pans over the, mind you, incredibly confused eelhounds. They've had quite the unexpected day.
Just a day. Yeah.
Is the camera pans to Haru a little bit? What's Haru doing?
I think Haru is doing the only thing that they do when they know they've messed up, but they don't know how to talk to people, which is training. So he's just going through like the basic earthbending forms.
Are you like off from the group? Probably.
I think like a little bit off from the group.
Yeah.
But I do think that the camera catches them in the midst of their forms, looking and getting distracted, and almost like longing. There's like a look of longing on their face as they look at Teto and May sitting on the fire.
Like
talking.
Ningrong laying, probably asleep now. Yeah.
And I think he'll do this for a little bit, and then the wall will just fall, and Then he'll turn around and just go, I'm not really good at this part. I don't know what to say. I was a liability. And you came back for me. And honestly, I didn't even think you were going to come after what you saw. And I want to be who you all thought I was. So I'm going to do something I don't. Makes me deeply uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I caused the Earth Sages to get taken. If I hadn't have lost it in there, you wouldn't have had to come get me. I've got things that I'm running from. But if you want, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Maybe it's time someone finally saw me for what I really am.
Teto is listening intently. And he looks over at May. And he looks back at Haru. When traveling with my spiral, wandering the lands, we would concern ourselves less with where we've been and focus on where we're going. Haru, I don't know what you've been through. And I was shocked to see what you were capable of. I'd be lying if I said that it didn't change my perspective. But I remember the lessons that I learned from my people. It sounds like you know where you want to go. And I think that me and the rest of our team would like to help you get there.
All right, kids, focus on eating.
Is this a guide and comfort?
I like it. I think it makes sense.
Are we doing
What's
some
nice
like campfire processing here? Is that what's
Yes,
happening?
we are.
Oh,
We are,
100%.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
group
God.
therapy right now.
Real quick question. just
Ling,
in
wake
reference-
up! Wake up, Ling!
I know. We'll have
Right.
to do this all again when Nick is here.
Justin, in reference to our character sheets, foolish has been replaced with troubled, right?
Yes.
Okay, so mechanically, troubled still does a -2 to trick and resist shifting your balance.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, these
Sorry,
are,
I
like,
just
kind
need to
of
get that question out before I
sheets.
forgot.
Yeah. I should have checked to see. These are like old sheets, I think.
Oh no, you're good. I think I did. I think I have modified some of the basic moves because some of them were
Were
worded
wrong, yeah.
differently.
They were, yeah.
But yeah. But yes, I think that is a guide and comfort techo. And depending on what you roll. Never mind. Yeah, it is a guide and comfort. I was gonna say, depending on what you roll, maybe May could help, but she cannot. She has 5 fatigue marked.
Too tired to help. Sorry.
Well, we're just gonna do a guide and
I
comfort
might
circle.
give you it because we've been like, there's been a moment of relaxing. So maybe you've already. So maybe I'll say that
Yeah.
like if you want, if depending on what Tetra rolls, if you want to help, I'll just have you clear one one less fatigue than everyone else clears the next day, because we've already been in a mode of relaxation, you know. So we'll see what Tato rolls for his harmony roll, though.
Okay.
Is it enough relaxation to go back to our center?
Ooh.
I don't know, because I was only gonna say like clear 3 fatigue, because it's like a makeshift camp, you know. It's not enough to clear all 5.
Yeah, but
But,
that has nothing to do with our center. That's just about like taking that moment to recenter ourselves.
Yeah, I think if you think that your character is able to use this moment to recenter themselves, then yeah,
I mean, I think that's why he's even talking.
okay, yeah, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think, if
Yeah.
but like maybe if you think like maybe one of the other players might say, you know, I feel like that my character is ruminating too much on this one thing, and I don't feel like, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, I think especially this conversation, yeah, I think you're able to recenter yourself. The conversations that have been had around the fire so far, yeah. But
Okay. I'm going to. I've got prepared marked. I'm going to clear that
nice.
to take a +1 because I've got a -1 harmony.
Nice.
Let's see
Don't
what
even know what that's from. Whatever.
what's that from?
Go ahead.
it's from something. It's marked
Remember,
on the sheet.
statuses are only narratively important. So if the
You know, I think also because he's Teto, I feel like he should be mechanically always prepared to guide and comfort.
oh right, that's
Thank you. I feel very proud of the character I
making
created.
the GM and Justin just writhe.
I got a 7.
Nice. What do you do, Haru?
yeah. Tedo, and he'll look you like dead in the eye. I want that. I want that more than anything I've wanted in my entire life, to be somebody else, to be the person I dream of becoming. And I need your help to get there. Because the things that I have done in the past are not the things that you could just walk away from, Tedo. The people you can't just walk away from. There are people that are going to hunt me and drag me back to the Fire Nation. So if you're serious, if that's what you believe, then I need your help. Because by myself, it is impossible to walk away.
I hear that, Haru. When my spiral came across an expanse we couldn't traverse on foot, we wouldn't walk away. We'd fly. I think we can get you there too.
Haru, it looks like you've already cleared the fatigue, so awesome. Looks like you've chosen to embrace. Teto can ask Haru one question that Haru must answer honestly.
You seem so convinced that your past is coming to drag you back. How can you know that? How do you know what's going to come for you in the future?
Well, like I said, I guess it's time someone knows. My name's not Haru. I don't have a name. I was a weapon for Fire Lord Zoryu.
And Teto's in disbelief. He turns and looks at May because she's from the Fire Nation, and back at Haru. What?
I escaped 2-3 months ago. But I was the most effective way that Zoryu kept power. So he will be coming to get me. I'm sorry I put y'all in danger. Sorry.
This is a lot to process. Teto's going to stand up and sort of brush himself off, just feeling, ooh, there's a lot that's going on.
That's what it means to be part of a team. There's a lot. But that's something maybe we can all take on together instead of just by ourselves. And Haru, I know I don't know what your experience or the details of your history with the Fire Nation. So I don't know how meaningful what I'm about to say will mean to you, but just saying that in regards to what you said earlier, I swear to you that your life will always matter more to me than my own.
All right. Sounds like I'm not getting kicked out of the group.
You were afraid of that?
Oh.
Yeah. I expected all of you to. I don't know. I've hurt a lot of people. You saw me hurt people, and I can't expect you to take on fighting the Fire Lord. That's my problem. But I hear you, and I will try. I will try to share that with you.
If you
I've
want.
been alone. If I want, I've been alone for a long time. It's going to take me a while. I'm used to taking care of my own stuff.
Well, I kind of get it. Like, my family's Fire Nation, and I got some stuff too.
Teto is feeling the tension and is still standing, and he'll take a deep breath in and say, well, Monk Orban used to have a saying, it's only a problem when it becomes a problem. Maybe we'll just leave it at that. To pull from the wise words of May, we've got a job to do. The Earth Sages are still out there. And I feel more sure than ever that we're a team. And we might not have had a lot of success in the past, but that doesn't mean that we won't win in the future.
And I promise I won't try and kill anyone.
Oh, okay. Great. Good. Yeah, let's get number one on the list. of things to remember for you.
I mean, that is like all my training was for like 16 years. So
Okay, all right. You've talked about it a lot, and probably don't need to talk about it anymore tonight.
I think there's a little mirth watching you get uncomfortable about hurting people.
Wow. I think, Justin, that we should roll making amends.
I would
For Haru.
love to roll making amends.
Ooh.
Go ahead and read
Talk
that,
about
and
this?
then
Yeah.
just Justin, if you read that, I think it will definitely explain to our fellow players and our audience as to why I think this is the perfect moment for you to do that.
Yes, we were doing it a little wrong. We were doing it at the end of every
Mhm.
session, which we should not have done. It's a narrative trigger, like everything else. So making amends is the Razor's like playbook feature. Once per session. So I can't roll this again until we do growth and advancement again.
Mm-hmm.
Once per session, when you've tried your best to prove that you are a different, better person now through your actions, roll +1, taking yes to each of the following questions. Did you make amends directly to a person you harmed? I feel like, yeah.
Yeah. Can you give the
Yeah.
example though, just so we know as
I mean, I said I'm sorry. Sorry I hurt that person. Sorry I left. Sorry that their just got kidnapped because you had to
Yeah.
come get me.
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you're saying
I'll,
that
I'll
people...
co-sign on that one.
Okay, yeah. So you think that people... Yeah. I just don't want you to say yeah. Well, let's say why you're doing this.
Nope, I'm gonna just say yes now.
Okay. All right.
Are you at your center? Yes.
Okay, so going back to center would have been from this moment of rest. Do you think that you'd be at it right now? Or did you just like preemptively go back to your center?
I actually was not thinking of rolling making amends. I totally forgot that was a question in there.
I know you're good.
I do think though we had a chance. Like it in the book says when you have a chance to rest and recenter yourself, go back to your center.
Okay. So yeah, I
And
think
I feel like
during your time of do you think during your time of like training?
Yeah, I think that's the moment that like that's all he knows, right? That's all
Yeah.
that he has ever done in his life to try and recenter is to train.
Okay.
And so yeah, I think that is
Okay.
a moment for him to stop and rethink.
I'll give
his
it to you.
actions and
I'll
be
give
like,
it to you.
Those were bad. Those were bad words he said to me.
Although maybe as Haru does progress in his personality, because it does say rest. Training isn't necessarily resting.
But it's not just about resting. It's about that thing. I'm gonna push back on this because it is whatever that thing is that helps you rebalance yourself. For some, that might just be like laying down and watching a TV show. For some, that might be like hopping on an exercise bike, right? Like there's a lot of ways that people recenter themselves.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have rest is like a mental rest. It is not necessarily
Okay.
physical rest.
Okay.
That's
It does
my
say in the
argument.
core rule book rest though, right?
I have to read the exact words.
Okay. But yeah,
will
but
push
for
back
now,
on that.
I will give it to you. For
Correct.
now, I will say you're at center.
I will push back on that. The entire
I
campaign.
love having this power.
I know. I feel like you're really reveling this, Danny. It's been years
I
of
am.
Justin been lording this over you, making you squirm, making you explain things, justify your decisions.
Yes, Nova, you are at center, so I think that is another yes. And
Did
there's
someone
one more
honestly
question.
did someone honestly thank you for your efforts or forgive you for your mistakes?
I think that was yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's
So I think
3.
that's 3 yeses.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll plus 3.
Man. It's one away.
From a what? From a 10?
I rolled a 9.
Hey, you still get to choose one. So on a hit, you feel the spark of hope.
I know,
making
but I
progress.
want to unlock connection, Danny.
I'm so sorry.
I can only do that on a 10.
Or you could do it now, and then you can do it again next time.
No, I can't. I can only unlock my connection on a 10 plus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, are you prepared? Can you? No.
No, I'm not. I will mark a growth.
So bummed.
Boring.
I'll mark a growth.
I guess I'll just
have no
grow as a person.
I have no yeah, exactly. That was a one away. All right, that's fine. I'll unlock that connection track eventually. Just you watch.
You know, and I think it's nice too because you didn't mark any growth from a swirling growth and advancement or a
That's true,
stacking
yeah,
advancement. So there you go.
that's
So
kinda
it
my
makes up for that.
Yeah.
All right. So fun, so touching, so good and nice, guys. Wow. Nothing ever bad's gonna happen again to you guys, I don't
Yeah.
think.
No.
I think it's only looking up from here.
Is Ling breathing? Is she conscious? Is everything okay?
I was gonna get to that. Yeah, you turn to Ling and there is just a pile of stardust where she was laying.
She's got liquid.
There's just a Ling shaped pile of glitter. No, Ling's good. Do you guys do anything else? What do you? So you said that you said that you had let your perimeter fall.
I let the perimeter fall?
You said that you let like the
No,
earth bent perimeter.
No. I was throwing up other walls like during his
I see.
his moves. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys do? You are pretty much just like in the middle of the woods. So the classic RPG making camp. Who's keeping watch?
Not Teto. Teto's gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, not May. May needs to sleep to
All right. Well,
to get more.
Yeah.
I need to like knock off some of these fatigues.
unless you guys feel safe, and you will feel like you just can sleep. Although, from what I understand, Haru is pretty used to not sleeping that much, right?
Yeah, but he's tired.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's probably really emotionally drained.
Yeah.
Like, because after encounters like this, sometimes I'll feel like even more tired, like after like physically working out, after like opening up to someone like that. Oh my god.
True. It's a lot.
I mean, if Teto was going to keep watch, he would fall asleep.
But if I fall asleep, I'm allowed to knock off 3. Is that what you said? 3 fatigues?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
sleeping at this camp, I think 3 would be enough, unless one of you guys think like you think 4 would make more sense. I don't think 5 makes any sense.
No.
I don't think this is enough to fully clear your fatigue.
Again,
5 is
But
good
I
out.
think
Teto is a nomad. This is his normal sleeping condition. He
You're
would
so
be
right.
able to sleep this off, like no problem.
you also have only 2 fatigue marks, so you're definitely clearing yours. So
Yeah.
But I want to avoid taking future fatigue. I'm banking this.
you're
I think that only works if you all have trouble sleeping in civilized towns.
hmm You're so right. Yeah, like on a bed.
Yeah, like on a bed. You're just like, how do you all sleep like this?
Yeah, so you guys can all go ahead and clear 3 fatigue. I think that means all of you will be fatigueless besides Ling Hong, who's gonna have 2 fatigue left.
That's me too, because I was at 5, right?
Oh yeah. You're so
I'll
right.
have 2 left.
So you and Ling Hong will have 2 left. Awesome. I don't want to go to the next day yet. So it sounds like no one's keeping watch.
Oh God.
I think you're right. I think we've learned nothing.
Well, yeah, I guess so, Danny.
Yeah. Who would you say then is the last to fall asleep?
Probably May.
May? Yeah, I think May, a little bit in distance, like just outside of Haru's perimeter, you hear like a rustle and maybe a twig snap.
Hmm. So I like jump up and not to my feet, but just kind of like rise up and look.
Teto will mumble, "It's normal. It's fine. It's normal."
So he heard it too.
Um,
Yeah.
like half asleep Tessa. I think it's like pitch dark out there, right? Maybe your immediate vicinity is a little bit lit by the fire, but just outside the perimeter, it's about as dark as it can get, right? And I think you think you see a little bit of movement just outside the perimeter.
It's normal. It's
Okay.
just the night winds.
So I get up and I just start investigating the area.
That's perfect. Yeah, so you go. Do you step outside of Haru's perimeter?
Yes.
Yeah. So you step outside of Haru's perimeter, and your eyes begin adjusting to the dark a little bit. And from behind a tree, you see someone leaning up from behind it, and your eyes adjust, and it's a familiar face. He's like, "Hey, come here." And it's Gio-san. You see him standing there wearing his black headband, his raggedy clothes.
I think like initially she'll like step forward, but then she'll kind of like she stops, says back, because I don't trust it, and I guess trying to see if there's anything I can roll with that, like a
You know, like an assess the situation.
yeah. I was gonna say that, but yeah, it looks like that's the only thing. So
Let me go ahead and assess. Go ahead and assess. This will be at a -2 because you are angry. So it's just gonna be you're being wrong with a -1.
got a 7.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so you can ask one question. One of either what here can I use to blank?
What
Who
the
or
heck
what
you
is the
doing,
biggest threat?
Gio-san?
What should I be on the lookout for? What's my best way out, in, or through? Who or what is in the greatest danger? And what the heck are you doing, Gio-san? That last one wasn't real, but I mean, you can essentially probably ask that too.
Yeah. What here is the biggest threat?
What here is the biggest threat? I'm just making sure you don't have. You also have punch where it matters, so you can also ask who or what here is the most vulnerable to me right now, if you'd like to ask that. But it seems like
I'll ask that one instead.
that one, who or what's the most vulnerable to me right now,
Oh,
or what
vulnerable
here
to
is.
me? Oh no, I thought sorry,
Yeah,
I
no,
might
yeah, okay,
have heard it wrong.
yeah.
No,
What here is
what's
the
the biggest
greatest
threat?
between you or Gio-san? Okay. I think maybe you're a little taken aback. You're caught off guard. It is very odd to you that Gio-san has like caught up with you. Has like seeming. I mean, it has been a few hours since you left, but that would mean he either would have to have stolen another eelhound or some other mount, and like chase you guys without you guys even noticing. So that's a little strange. But as you look at him, too, you still see that short, like what I say, he's like 15, 16-year-old, that short 15-year-old boy who as you, the more you observe him, the more you're like, okay, but what's he gonna do, you know? You did learn from the past that he is a firebender. You've never seen him use it, so you don't even know if he's like an accomplished firebender. Yeah, so it seems like this whole situation seems strange to you, but you don't feel that you yourself are in any danger right now. As he steps out from behind the tree, he goes, I'm sorry, I'm just, is Ling all right? Is Ling here? He speaks out in like a hushed tone.
Why?
I know I said I would go, but I stuck around a little bit, and I saw her get hurt, and I just wanted to Make sure that she's okay. Make sure that you guys are okay.
Where did you come from?
Up
And how
behind
did
this
you get
tree right
here?
here.
Oh,
Oh, I
okay.
stepped out from behind the tree. Oh,
Gotcha.
it's just me and Tato are very much alike. We're, you know, ostrich horses, illhounds. They're free to all of us.
Hmm.
They're free to us poor people.
Hmm.
Yeah, you get dirty enough, you just blend in with the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ling's okay?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
In that moment, Jiro-san's demeanor changes a little bit. I think you saw this once before in the tea house. He gets a little more serious. Like you can almost like see like a dark cloud come over him, and he goes, "You need to take her and you need to leave. The road ahead means only pain, May. And Ling will get hurt."
So I ball up my fist with fire. Both of them. I don't like put them up or nothing like that, but they're just like down, like on fire. And I stare him down and I say, "Why?"
You saw the crater. You saw what they're capable of. This isn't like anything you've ever faced. This isn't like anything you or your friends have ever faced.
So why Ling?
I don't know. I think this is something I'd rather tell her than tell you.
Hmm. You know, you wouldn't mind if I maybe. You see, we have a Haru, and I was wondering if he'd be okay if I like asked for his advice. If I just brought him over here right now, you know, maybe he can ask you a few questions and, you know, I mean,
Do
you're
you
here in the
think
middle of the night.
do you think that I want to fight you guys right now?
I think your behavior is very suspicious. And I don't know if you're trying to fight us, but I don't trust you right now.
I don't want to fight you guys.
That doesn't mean I trust you.
Okay, trust me or don't trust me, but just know that if you continue down this way, someone's going to get hurt.
So you're threatening us?
I didn't say that.
But you don't want me to bring Haru into this. And you're telling me that if we keep going...
I don't know if Haru's response is going to be the best.
So then why did you come here in the middle of the night? Creepily.
I was trying to get Ling's attention, but...
Her player.
You don't even know if Ling's here.
Is Ling here?
I thought you came here to go get her attention. I don't know if she's here. But you came here for something.
Man, I really wish Gio-san had suspicious mind. Well, if you lost Ling, then I guess I would just say you don't want to lose anyone else, May, all right?
That sounds an awful lot like another threat.
Just think about what I said, okay? And just be careful, all right? Not just for Ling's sake, but for all of your sakes.
Mm-hmm.
I think Justin had mentioned something in the chat, which actually does bring up, because I think Geo-san does very much so care whether or not Ling's there. So I think I would like a trick from May. May, are you trying to like hide from Geo-san whether or not Ling's there?
It kind of turned out into that. I was
Yeah.
yeah, I was more trying to intimidate, but we can go with trick. That sounds a little easier.
If you'd rather do an intimidate, that makes sense. Do whatever you think makes more sense for May to do right now. I think intimidate does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think intimidate might make more sense in this situation, just because I'm not
Awesome.
sure she's trying to trick Gio-san into like her not being here. It's just she's
Yeah,
just trying
but
to
you're kind of
withhold
been like, hey,
information on purpose.
come near my team and I'll end you. That's
yeah,
Prentice
that's
from Criminal
basically
Minds.
what she's doing.
Classic. Hell yeah. So you do have angry marked. So via fueled by anger, you'll get a +1. You're also not afraid. So you will just get to roll at a +3 for this intimidate.
Please. Got a 10.
Nice.
Nice.
So you can choose one of these options that Gio-san cannot choose. So the pool of choices he has is among these 4. They run to escape or get back up. They back down but keep watch. They give in with a few stipulations, or they attack you but off balance. And I would mark a condition on them. Which one are you saying they cannot choose?
They can't run to escape or get back up.
Okay. Complicates things, because I was going to have him go away.
No, I want this dude to stay. I got some questions. Sorry, Danny, but
You're good. You're so good. And how do you portray this? How does May portray this? Like, in what of May's demeanor gives Gio-san the hint, like, I'm not letting you leave. Like, you have to, like, what is she doing?
the fire fists.
Fire fists? Okay. Yeah, I think Gio-san's, he's getting that. Like, if you come in contact with a predator, you know, like, the last thing you should do is turn around and run, right? Because then they'll give chase. So I think he's probably feeling that right now.
Like, what I could do is, like, in that moment, is just, like, kind of put my hands up, like, right here, so that way it kind of makes it a bigger ball of fire, and it kind of reflects in my eyes, so it looks a bit more intimidating to someone who's just standing there in the dark.
Yeah, I like it.
It's like a physical gesture of, like, yeah, we're gonna play tonight.
So I think, May, the firebender in you, as you're looking in Gio-san's eyes, right? It's still dark, right? I mean, you're lit. He's a little bit lit from the fire, but he's still pretty far away from you. You begin to see him. He clenches his fists, and you begin to see that telltale, like, firebender spark begin to light up in his eyes. But it slowly dissipates as he steps back a little bit and goes, I don't want to fight you, May. You don't understand. If you want to get Haru, then sure, yeah, ask me whatever questions you want. I just want to make sure you guys are okay.
Okay. And then I scream.
He backs up a little bit, so he's outside of your light. Not like way outside, but like a little bit more outside. Maybe only his face is lit at this point.
And then I say, okay. And I keep my eyes on him, but I scream out, guys, get up now.
What? Mate, what's going on?
Come here, Tedo. Stay behind. Sorry,
Teto
I did
is-
not.
Teto-
I just kind of forgot for a second. Monroe forgot for a second that, like, oh shoot, we still have someone there.
Yeah, I feel
Teto
like
is
Ling
still
wouldn't wake up. I
asleep.
feel like Ling's deep asleep. Oh, nice. Yeah, Teto's asleep too.
Teto hears you call and sort of sleep wakes up and then rolls over and puts his arm around Ling. So they're spooning.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
So cute.
I just need somebody there.
If Ling were
Come
conscious right now, she'd be so like, nope, get off me. But I feel like sleeping Ling probably like embraces it a little bit.
Oh, so cute.
Nick, we'll clear
Like,
this with you later. we'll
I-
No, that makes sense. She unconsciously wants connection. Of course she
Yeah.
if she's asleep.
yeah, Haru, you wake up to May calling you over.
Mate,
As you
what's the
look-
big deal?
Yeah, as your eyes are
What's going
adjusting, you
on?
see the light from outside of your perimeter. And that's where you feel like May's voice came from.
I'll walk up. Mate,
Yeah.
what? Jiryu-san?
Hey, Haru.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
you want
here?
to? You want to catch him up?
Is Ling here?
I just look at Haru.
Is
And
Ling
just kinda
okay?
like- I look at Haru and give him a look like don't tell.
Ling is safe. What are you doing here?
He lets out like a sigh of relief. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you guys are okay and that you guys are gonna be okay. All right.
But why Ling?
He closes
This
his eyes
is
for
not
a
the
little bit.
first time I've asked.
I like her.
Have I
What?
watched
He
Sorry,
whispered
what was
that in
that?
that tone.
I didn't catch that.
I like her.
Huh?
Hmm?
Speak
A
up.
little crickets are a little bit. Cricket wasps are
I
too loud.
like her.
Oh yeah, we all knew that.
God.
We just wanted you to say it.
I just
Have
want to
I-
make sure. Yeah.
Well, sorry. I watched him interact enough with May that I could roll I'm a people person.
Yeah, just because I want you to be able to. Wait, let me see actually. Because he did like just join.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking, because it's when you watch someone interact with another person. I'm fine holding off on it.
I think I want to hold off for now. But like maybe if more of this conversation unfolds, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. May, what did he tell you?
Basically, he's telling me that bad things are going to happen if we continue.
Well, it sounds like a threat.
I know she
That's
keeps
exactly what I
saying
said.
that. You saw what they're capable of at the ballroom. What happened to the Earth sages? Well, you didn't see what happened to the Earth sages, but you saw the aftermath. I don't know what that is, but it's like nothing that any of you have ever encountered before.
Jiu-san, you weren't at the ballroom.
I saw the smoke.
That could be anything. It could be any firebender.
I just heard of it, okay? That's what I'm trying to say is I just want to make sure you guys don't get any more hurt than you have to be.
That sounds like another threat. So at this point, since Haru, where are you? Like, we're
I'm standing right next to you.
Okay, so I just start to make my way around, like to get behind him, and I feel like
Yeah. If you
Like,
start,
Haru
as soon as you
might-
start making your way around, Geo-san then will just launch this massive fireball high in the air, and the trees begin to rustle. I think you have a split second to do something.
okay. I'm pretty sure I have firewall to protect. Where is that coming back down? First off, is there a reason to make a
No,
wall?
it seems almost like he is launching like a flare basically from his
He's
hands.
like signaling someone.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that means. Well. And that's either of us can do something, correct?
Yeah.
I've
As
got an
you
idea.
hear the trees around you beginning to rustle.
I've got an idea. But if you've got something, I
No,
feel
let's
like the
hear your
firefighter would
idea.
probably respond.
Cheto
first.
hears the rustling. It's the night winds. It's okay. It's normal.
You trust me, May?
Yeah.
And I will lower. I assume I've been imagining we're kind of like on a cliff face a little bit because you said it's like mountainous.
Mhm.
Can I turn the ground beneath us to quicksand so the four of us just go sliding down the mountain?
The three of you?
No. Me, May, Teto, and Lingrung.
Okay. Oh, you guys are pretty far from them. You're like outside of the perimeter. You're not like immediately right next to Lingrong and Teto.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't picturing like a super, super big perimeter, but that's okay if you were.
Yeah. I mean, also, Geo-san wouldn't have spoken to you guys right next to the fire either. He would have.
I
cut
get
you guys out
that
a little bit. Yeah.
I get that the perimeter isn't right, like the fire is in the center, but like the perimeter
Yeah.
would be like, it wouldn't be like 30 feet out. It'd be like
Yeah.
10 maybe. Okay. I'll be like, all
I mean,
right,
if you want
get back.
if you want to, then I'd say it's definitely a push your luck, because if you're trying to basically ramp this big part of Earth, essentially is what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
yeah.
also on top of that, you're trying to not get Geo-san in that. So I'd say definitely be a push your luck.
Is there a way that I can help? Like once I see, like maybe he starts something and I can kind of piece together what he's trying to do when I start to feel
No,
like the.
It's okay. I'll just be like, all right, May, let's get back to Lingrung right now. We gotta go.
Copy. So we just.
We'll just sprint back.
You turn back?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost immediately after that, you're as these balls begin to unspiral into these nets. That begin flying towards you guys.
So at this
Do you guys do
moment,
anything?
May and Haru runs like, well, if you're gonna do something, do it now.
And as soon as we get within like range of those two, I will turn the ground beneath us to quicksand, so we just go sliding down the mountain.
All right, yeah. Give me a push your luck. So all four of you begin sliding down the mountain?
And
Yeah,
an unconscious link.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a push your luck.
Wait, so it's a pusher luck if I did it from a distance,
But-
and it's a pusher luck if I'm
I-
right next to all of
I
us?
think I think it's a push your luck no matter what. You guys are running from these nets. There's an unconscious Ling. I think.
Well, then I should have just done it from a distance. Fine.
Here's my thing. Are you trying to make it so Ling doesn't get hurt? Yeah, I can say it's a relying skill and training. If you want to hurt, if you're fine with Ling just getting hurt.
I'm not gonna lie. This seems like a tenuous situation. And Nick's not here, so I feel bad saying this. But I think in Haru's mind, the goal is get out from this situation. We can deal with healing Ling if we need to.
Yeah. So here, okay, yeah. So here's what I'm gonna say then. You can do rely on your skills and training. I'm gonna say then that I don't think Ling would just be able to clear any fatigue then.
Okay.
From the rest.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
She'll be alive. She won't be captured.
She'll be alive. Well, maybe. Let's see. All right. Give me rely on your skills and training. turn this ground into quicksand?
Well, 6.
Okay.
Someone wanna help?
Yeah. So
That's
what?
actually so disoriented right now.
It's just the night winds. It's
just-
normal.
It's the
Okay.
night quicksand. It's the normal, regular night quicksand.
So, Danny, what exactly is at risk here from his plant? Because it's a 6.
So you have the nets behind. He's also trying to quicksand you guys off of a cliff face. So there are several risks involved with this.
Mhm. But what's like? Okay, just Haru was trying to get us to safely slide down the mountain.
I don't even
or
know.
the cliff.
I don't even know if he was going for safe. I think he was going for fast.
Yeah.
Just fast.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as a bender of my own heart, I'm just gonna try to shoot off
Heartbender.
like I'm gonna rely on my skills in the training, try to shoot this
Well,
fireball
this would
that
just be marking a fatigue to help Haru's roll.
Oh,
To bring it up to a
Yeah,
7.
so you can just say what you're doing in the fiction to help, and then yeah.
yeah. I'll
Unless
help.
unless it's completely out of pocket, like you say, I light everyone on fire. Then
No.
9 times out of 10 it should work. Like I should say,
No.
all right,
Tell
yeah, I think
everybody to
that'll
get
help.
into the helicopter.
No, I can mark.
Why
it
didn't we
fatigue
just
it.
take the helicopter the whole time?
I mean,
Yeah.
I was thinking that this entire time.
Yeah, where's Rue? It's like,
Yes.
oh wait, wrong era. So yeah, I can mark a fatigue if I can just shoot off a fireball that would kind of add a little bit more of like a blow, so that way we kind of get
Yeah,
away.
so maybe there's like some
faster?
like
Nice,
brush on the edge of the
nice.
cliff face, and you just
Yeah.
clear it by launching a
So that's-
fireball. I like that.
Which is why I said like a bender of my own heart. It's like we're not going for safe, we're going for fast.
Going
Mhm.
for speed.
We're here for a good time,
I
not
like
a long
that.
time.
I like that. So that brings it to a 7. So you do it, but you do it imperfectly. And so I'm gonna tell you an unexpected consequence, and Haru will be able to accept that or mark a fatigue.
And I feel like you already did
Um,
give me the unexpected consequence. That
Hmm?
Ling Rung won't be able will be like
Oh,
banged
that was
up. during this.
that was happening regardless. That was happening regardless. That was a
That's
little
not a
homebrew
devil's-
devil's bargain. That was a
That's
little
not a-
homebrew devil's bargain.
Danny, don't.
All
hurt
right.
our
I
compound.
before
Don't do it.
before the roll, I told you that was gonna happen. So even if you
You
rolled a
did.
10 plus,
You told me
Ling
it was
Rong would've
gonna
gotten hurt.
happen. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
And so I think what happens here is you run, and you're like, come on, everyone. And you go to do the quicksand. And as you start to tumble, one of the nets just wraps around your face. And so where you were going to try to like do like an aimed, like controlled
Yeah.
slide down the cliff, you instead flail off the side of the cliff and begin uncontrollably rolling and tumbling and hitting things on your way down. That would happen if you're willing to accept it. Otherwise, you can mark a fatigue.
But out of my pocket, a singing groundhog crawls up my shoulder, rips it off. Thanks, King. And I'll throw the quicksand down and get us out of there.
You got me reading your moves now.
That's exactly what you got me doing too.
He couldn't have helped with pusher luck. I couldn't have feasibly thought of a way that a groundhog would be able to help me turn the mountain into quicksand.
So you want your companion to help? Oh, this is
No,
really
that's just me marking a fatigue.
Oh, this
And
is
then
you marking
narratively.
fatigue. Oh, okay, I love it. You had me
Yeah.
so confused for a second there. I was
No,
like,
no.
I love it.
That's just
love
me
it.
saying how
Yeah.
marking that fatigue
It
helps me.
specifically
not-
says that if a net enwraps your face, your best friend
Yeah.
can help you pull them off.
Yeah. So your best bud just goes. Just- rips up the net and starts throwing groundhog curses while he's on your shoulder at whoever's behind you. I
At
think
this point, Teto is going to
yeah.
have been shaken awake right next to Lynn and is instinctively going to try to spin up a protective wind bubble around him and Ling. Still very unsure of what's
I love
going
it.
on,
Okay, yeah.
but in
yeah,
hyper survival mode.
because of how abrupt this was, and if you just woke up, this is gonna be a push your luck.
I'm going to
And
It's
basically,
really
I'm gonna
exciting.
say that if you succeed at this, the consequences of you guys falling down the hill, of you and Ling falling down the hill, will be less severe. Will be dampened.
No pressure.
No pressure.
I got a 4.
Okay.
Plus 1 is 5. So
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
that's it is what it is.
I mean, I don't know how to be able to help. I'm kind of focused on
Mhm.
constantly
it's
turning the mountain to sand so we can.
I think it's
slide down.
narratively okay if
Yeah,
you know,
I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you attempt to bend this protective, like it's like a protective ball of air, right? It's what you tried to do. Yeah, you attempt to bend that, but it dissipates because you notice some debris passing through it.
Hmm.
As you look behind you and you see from the cliff face rocks and more dirt and maybe even like a couple like hefty sized boulders are tumbling behind you guys as you're
Hmm.
falling down. If you do look behind and see that though, you do see what looks to be 3 or 4 figures quickly becoming distant at the top of the hill, just looking down at you. One of them in the center, very short, obviously, most likely Geo-san.
Have we landed yet, or are we still like sliding?
No, you guys are falling. It's the scene from Hot Rod.
Okay.
I feel like
So
that
we're
movie has
just-
been mentioned a lot. I gotta watch this movie.
I love that
It's so
movie
good.
so
It's
much.
so
It's so
Andy
good.
Samberg.
Yeah.
Do you guys do anything else? Otherwise, we can just say that you accept what happens when you land.
I mean, I am picturing it a bit more like sand surfing. So
Yeah.
not quite just tumbling. So I think there's
Oh yeah, so you're sand surfing now. Yeah,
yeah.
but
Um,
now there is unexpectedly there's a lot of things behind you.
Debris. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so fair. That makes a lot of sense. What do I see coming up? Do I see a place that, like, if there's a place that looks like it'd be good to like veer off and maybe start like slowing us down?
Yeah, it looks like what's coming towards you is just straight up forest, but it's coming fast. You're getting close to the end now. You weren't like super high up, but you were pretty high up, so you fell for a while. But now there is just, it looks like just forest, thick canopied forest below.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start trying to slow us down then, so that way
Okay, yeah.
we don't like, slam into the forest.
I love it. I love it. Just give me one last roll on your skills and training.
One fell out of my dice tray. Can I roll it again? Otherwise, it's a 6. I said one of my dice fell out of my dice tray.
I don't care. Yeah, you can roll it again. Yeah. You need to tell me that.
I'm honest. It's a 9.
A 9. Okay. So Sam, you asked what the consequence was for Teto filling the role. I just had the GM move, and the GM move was just saying that all that debris and boulders was following behind you, and so it sort of
Complicates the situation.
So we're
Yeah.
in danger not only of slamming into trees in front of us, but being crushed by boulders
Correct.
rolling
Yeah.
behind us.
Correct. Yep. Yeah.
yeah. So it's 9. It's within help range. So if one person were to help, that would make it a 10.
Wait, yeah. Describe what you're trying to do. I've got some fatigue spare.
Haru?
Oh, yeah. So, I know what it is. Because like we're on like a bunch of sand, tumbling very fast. So he starts throwing up like short walls of earth that like slam into the sand and slow the sand down. Sort of like brick
Oh, so
walls
like
and
in
water.
front of them.
Yeah, exactly. So just like a bunch of walls, like boom, slow, boom, slower, boom, slower.
Yeah, maybe you can help by
Okay,
protecting
I
from what's
got
behind.
yeah, so after failing to wrap Ling in an air bubble, Teto will, as he's surfing down, he's got great balance as an airbender should, will turn around and shoot both his hands forward to cleave a like a spear of air, and then open his hands wide and push the debris to either side of them.
That's dope.
I love it. I love it. So go ahead and mark that fatigue. That brings Haru's rely on your skills and training to a 10. And here's what we see. So Haru, you're able to slow yourselves down. I think you're not even really paying attention to the debris behind you, which Teto obviously catches wind of.
Mhm.
Quickly thinks, and in just perfect fluid motion, just cuts the debris and splits it on either side of you guys. As you look and you see this like now, because it's so dark, it's like black but like darkish green canopy quickly approaching you. Blank as you just make impact with the ground. Not as hard of an impact, thanks to Haru. As you guys come to sort of just all in a mess on top of each other, all your things all spread around.
Ling's
The
still
dust settles.
unconscious.
Is the maybe she's really unconscious now.
No.
No, Ling is probably more unconscious than she was before. As the dust settles.
Is the eel hound still around?
Oh. No.
No, I think I left. No.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think so. As the dust settles, it is very silent here. Besides for maybe like some of your bones like cracking as you readjust yourselves. As you wake up, as I said, you come to. If you guys sit up to find yourselves, this part of the forest looks almost supernaturally so, like more serene than where you were above. The moon shines through the canopy and gives these like blue hues spread throughout this dense forest. But the even stranger thing that you notice before you're able to get up from the ground is you look down at where your hands are on the ground, and you notice some of like the grass or like moss or vines had begun creeping their way up your hands, up your skin, almost to try to like cover you, engulf you, but with no problem you're able to get up as you guys just find yourselves in this very new, strange place. And I think that's where we'll end. One may venture to guess that y'alls are in Creeping Meadow now.
Oh,
Spoilers.
I get it now.
You know,
get it.
Danny, I was waiting for Teto to make that observation and become the smart one of the group.
I'm so sorry. But instead, God did.
I thought this was Mossgrow Meadow.
Yeah, maybe Teto will go the other way and be like, no. Creeping Meadow, it's up there. I know where it is. Like just go into full like dad mode with like no sense of actual direction, but very, very confident that he knows where he's going. completely lost.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Did not expect any of that just happened in the very last part of the episode to happen, but I love it.
I didn't trust him.
Insane. No, I get that. I
Right.
get that.
You were
Yeah.
right not to trust him.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Well, I mean that's all I have. Justin, you got anything? Should we
I
just play the
don't
second session
trust-
right now?
Yeah, I think so. No, we need Nick. We need Nick. I miss
You're
Nick.
so right. I do miss Nick.
No,
Honestly,
I
the
mean,
episode would have gone a lot different if Nick were here, I feel like.
it would have been so different.
Yeah.
No, I got nothing. We'll see you all next week for more Avatar Legends.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Later, Cat Gators.